Good evening, and thank you, Principal Loss and Mr. and Mrs. Mitchell, for allowing me to be a part of this prestigious occasion to honor Ryan Mitchell. My name is Robin Robertson. I'm a West Point Admissions Field Force Representative for Wisconsin's 1st, 4th, 5th, and 6th districts, and a 1993 graduate of West Point. The mission of West Point is to educate, train, and inspire the Corps of Cadets so that each graduate is a commissioned leader of character committed to the values of duty, honor, country, and prepared for a career of professional excellence and service to the nation as an officer in the United States Army. In fact, West Point is considered the premier leadership development institution in the world. In addition to leadership, West Point is among the nation's top academic institutions. It has produced more Rhodes Scholars than any other college or university in the country except Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and Stanford. It has also produced more Hertz Fellows, the scientific equivalent of the Rhodes, than all other schools except MIT, Stanford, and Princeton. West Point cadets also undergo rigorous mandatory physical training, leadership development, and moral ethical training to develop those attributes necessary to become a commissioned leader of character as an active duty Army officer serving our soldiers, our Army, and our nation. Please recognize that Ryan has successfully competed with over 15,000 candidates from around the nation for one of less than 1,200 appointments. Candidates were evaluated on a basis of academic excellence, leadership potential, and athletic ability. He will become a member of the Long Gray Line and a recipient of an academic and leadership development scholarship valued at over $400,000. To quote the remarks of General Norman Schwarzkopf, a West Point graduate, from his speech delivered to the West Point Corps of Cadets after he commanded our victory in Desert Storm, "The mothers and fathers of America will give you their sons and daughters. They will hand you their sons and daughters with the confidence that you not needlessly waste their lives. And you dare not. You absolutely dare not. That's the burden the mantle of leadership places upon you. It is an awesome responsibility and one that you must prepare yourself for. If there is any doubt about the future and strength of the United States of America, all one must do is look to this proud young man who we celebrate this evening, and you will know that our future is secure. On behalf of the President of the United States, it is my honor and privilege to present to Ryan Mitchell his well-deserved appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point. Congratulations, and go Army!
Good evening, and welcome to the 2020 Watertown High School Scholarships and Awards Program. While it is unfortunate that we're unable to be together at the WHS Auditorium to celebrate the tremendous academic achievement, it is important to point out that your accomplishments over the last 4 years are no less significant or celebratory. We are so very proud of you, and we wanted to provide you with the recognition that you truly deserve. As the principal of WHS, it is indeed a privilege to share this evening with you. Members of the class of 2020, you are a unique company, as 66 students have been identified as recipients of the awards to be distributed here this evening. Several weeks ago, I had the privilege of reviewing the scholarship applications, and doing so reaffirmed what I already knew. We have some exceptional young men and women in our learning community. After sifting through the grade point averages, class rank, ACT scores, and rigor of academic courses, post-secondary courses of study, and financial need, it is clear that each of you is worthy of the financial support being provided tonight, and you should all be very proud of being a part of this ceremony. Furthering one's education is an investment in your future. In fact, education has long been viewed as a gateway to career opportunities and financial stability. It is also the reason why we, as a school, have emphasized the importance of pursuing education after high school, as it provides considerable more earning opportunity. In fact, according to a study by Georgetown University, those holding a bachelor's degree can expect to earn $1 million more over the course of their lifetime than a person with a high school diploma. Now, there is an associated cost with obtaining a college degree, and I can share with you that I'm very well versed in the cost of college. My daughter Maddie just graduated from UW, and together over the course of the last 4 years, we discovered, through experience, that tuition, room and board at UW is in the neighborhood of $26,000 per year, with tuition alone costing $11,000. So there is a pretty significant investment of approximately $100,000 for a college degree. That's a lot of money, but it still translates to roughly $900,000 of additional income over the course of one's lifetime, an amount that I think we can all agree we would like to have. Students, this very real cost of college and university tuition can be a stumbling block in the pursuit of your hopes and dreams. We are indeed fortunate, more so than any other high school, in those associated with the Watertown Scholarship Program, recognizing the value of education and have collectively helped provide approximately $509,000 in local scholarships to be awarded here tonight. Yes, over $500,000 will be given out tonight in community dollars. I speak for the class of 2020 when I say that we are indeed grateful for the support of our community. Parents, we are also grateful for you, for your guidance, support, and direction that has helped your students be here this evening. Reinforcing the importance of school, teaching your students to read, attending parent-teacher conferences, and of course reminding your student to complete and submit the scholarship application are just a few examples of the support over the years that has undoubtedly played a role in your student being recognized this evening. Congratulations. Members of the class of 2020, I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this evening. Your academic accomplishments have been outstanding, and your presence tonight symbolizes great effort and success. I trust that you will take advantage of the support being provided here tonight to do great things with your post-secondary education and the career that follows. With that, let's get this going and start recognizing the 66 outstanding students. The first award here this evening is the Jerome Harried Science Award, and it's presented to outstanding seniors in the field of science. Mr. Harried served on the faculty of Watertown High School from 1930 to 1966. He taught several areas, but his main interest was physics. Throughout his career, Mr. Harried maintained high standards for his students, so in order to be recognized as such in the excellence in the field of science, the Jerome Harried Science Award was established. In order to receive this award, a student must have shown high scholastic ability in all areas of science: biology, chemistry, physics, and advanced science, high achievement in relation to ability, leadership in class and school activities, true loyalty and dedication to Watertown High School, and a good, wholesome attitude toward fellow students and adults. The award itself was designed by Jim Hewen, a physics teacher at WHS, based upon a patch designed by Dan Brandenstein for his first space shuttle mission. Commander Brandenstein is a WHS alumni and a veteran of 4 space shuttle missions, 3 of which he commanded. I am proud to announce this year's recipient as Anna Schrader. The next scholarship is the NHS Scholarship. It's given to a student who has dedicated themselves to service, leadership, character, and academics. The student who has gone above and beyond the call of duty. This year's recipient of $250 is Wilhelmina Zasko. Each year, the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 189 awards a student who meets the following requirements. They must be the son, daughter, grandchild, brother, or sister of the veteran. They must attend an accredited technical school, college, or university. They must furnish a short essay on why he or she is applying and why they have chosen a particular field of study. This year's recipient is Caitlin Hanley.
Good evening, seniors. I'm Mrs. Fisher, the scholarship chairperson. I will be presenting some awards as well this evening. The American Legion Family Nursing Scholarship is given by the American Legion Post 189, the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 189, and the Sons of the American Legion. This scholarship is awarded to a student pursuing a degree in nursing. the value being $1,500, payable at $500 per year for 3 years. This year's recipient is Samantha Gray. The American Legion Medal Award, valued at $250, is given to 2 students, typically a male and a female, who have exhibited leadership, involvement, integrity, and character throughout their time at Watertown High School. This year's recipients are Ryan Mitchell and Evelyn Marchand. The Watertown American Legion Post 189 has established this scholarship. This annual award is based on the applicant's academic record and financial need. The scholarship has been established at a minimum of $1,000. Matthew Ross Zendars, 21, of Watertown, gave his life while serving our country in the United States Marine Corps. He passed away in Iraq on July 24, 2007. Matthew was the son of Kenneth and Lynn Zendars. He graduated from Watertown High School in 2004. He was a member of the American Legion Post 189. This year's 2 recipients will receive $1,000 each toward their 2020-2021 tuition of the college of their choice. The recipients are Olivia Otto and Marissa Haynes. The VFW Citizenship Awards. VFW Post 3709, Veterans of Foreign Wars Citizenship Award, is valued at $500. A male and a female are chosen based on character and distinction. These 2 students are true leaders in everything they do. The recipients are Anna Schrader and Brian Frank.
Good evening. I'm Jamie Kemp, the Activities and Athletic Director here at WHS. The first award is given by Rena Mullen-Amacher, who taught and coached Watertown athletes for 22 years. The purpose of this award is to recognize a senior female athlete who has demonstrated athletic and academic accomplishments while simultaneously involving herself in other extracurricular activities. The recipient shall receive a scholarship award in the amount of $500. This year's recipient is Evelyn Marchand. The Kevin Waldheisen Memorial Scholarship Award is given to perpetuate the memory of Kevin Waldheisen by providing a scholarship to the male student athlete who has lettered in football and baseball. Kevin's untimely death prevented him from fulfilling a future that was bright and full of promise. It is the wishes of the Waldheisen family that the following award of $1,000 will enable its recipient to realize his full potential. This year's recipient is Kate Euler. The Badger Conference is one of the premier conferences in the state of Wisconsin. This 16-team conference began play in 1951 and is entrenched with tradition when it comes to academics and athletics. This year, there are 2 students receiving the Badger Conference Athletic Award, Mia Aschenfelter and Brian Frank. Each year, the WIA presents 2 Scholar Athlete Awards to each of its member schools. The award is given to 1 female and 1 male student who have excelled academically and athletically. This year, 417 member schools nominated seniors for consideration for a total of 823 students throughout the state. The 2019-2020 male WIA Scholar Athlete representative is Isaac Jensen. And the female WIA Scholar Athlete representative is Danielle Weisenberger. The WHS Athletic Booster Club is a nonprofit organization formed to support and aid our student athletes. This support is provided in a variety of ways by our many volunteers, local businesses, and even our athletes. All of our fundraisers go directly to support the student athletes in all sports. Monetary support is raised through a variety of fundraisers. The WHS Athletic Booster Club is a satisfying organization that you would want to be involved with as a parent, athlete, alumni, teacher, coach, or administrator. Each year, in support of recognizing graduating student athletes that personify the mission of the Booster Club and meet the criteria for GPA, AP classes, athletic letters, leadership qualities, parent involvement in the Booster Club, an essay, and creativity with a tweet. We grant scholarships of up to $1,000. This year's recipients are Jacob Krogan, Daniel Denault, Henry Struck, Elena Clark, Isaac Jensen, Brianna Kahns, Anna Schrader, Danielle Weisenberger. The women members of the Watertown Country Club have come together in order to establish a scholarship intended for a student who proves to be strong in both academics and golf. This year's recipient of $2,000 is Evelyn Marchant. Coach Jay's Jam Fest is a Watertown basketball alumni tournament that just celebrated its 12th year in 2019. Once again, men and women, graduates of WHS and alumni of the basketball programs between the ages of 18 and 52 gathered the Saturday after Thanksgiving to celebrate the rich history of Watertown basketball, honor the memory of Coach Jay, and share some laughs and memories. Coach Jay, otherwise known as Steve Jacobson, or Mr. J, was an extremely influential teacher and coach at WHS who passed away in 2008 at age 52 after a courageous battle with cancer. As a coach, he was tough, gritty, and had endless energy. Coach Jay had stints coaching both the boys and girls varsity basketball, won a couple conference championships, and earned a state berth. But more than the wins, he was loved. They respected and mirrored his work ethic. His teams utilized all 84 feet of the basketball court and played with relentless energy. This year, the organization will award two $1,500 scholarships to the two student athletes that stood out above the rest. They are Henry Struck and Carly Hyman.
The FFA alumni and supporters come from all walks of life and support agriculture education. The FFA alumni have many roles. They encourage students to get involved. They mentor and work with the ag department and the students at the local level. They advocate and support the FFA on the local, state, and national level. They volunteer their time, talents, and resources to support ag education and the FFA organization, both locally and nationally. And they help FFA members learn many skills during their high school years that will help them throughout their lives. The following individuals have been active members of FFA during their high school years. Tonight we honor the following men and women with scholarships. The Kiel Scholarship provided by the FFA alumni goes to a senior going into ag production. This scholarship goes to Alexander Coughlin in the amount of $500. Caitlin Hanley and Samantha Pitterly are each receiving a $500 FFA alumni scholarship, and Jaden Blazing and Riley Capel are each receiving a $300 FFA alumni scholarship. This is the 11th year that the Scott Skalitsky Memorial has been offered. It is given to a student going into one of four careers: agriculture, mechanics, conservation, or the medical field. Money for the scholarship comes in part from the Plow Day fundraiser, which will be held at Waterloo on October 31st. This year's recipient of $500 is Bryson Clark. The Watertown Agribusiness Club uses proceeds from the annual Father's Day weekend dairy breakfast for scholarships. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our dairy breakfast for 2020 is canceled, so the award money is coming from a reserve fund. In addition, part of the scholarship funds are from a donation we received from Jim Ostrom with Milk Source Genetics. Jim was a former scholarship recipient. The purpose of these scholarships is to aid students who are continuing their education in the field of agribusiness. This year, the club is awarding $12,000 in total scholarships to 8 high school graduates and to 13 students already attending a university or vocational school. On behalf of the Watertown Agribusiness Club, it is with great pleasure that the club presents a $700 scholarship to Alexander Kaufman. The Student Council scholarships recognize students who have exhibited leadership, respectable character, and good academic standing. This year's recipients of the Student Council scholarships valued at $500 are Evelyn Marchant and Brianna Kahns. The Curtain Club was a community theater group that thrived here in Watertown from the 1950s through the early 1970s. Many years ago, they established a scholarship fund to award and assist young theater enthusiasts here at Watertown High School. This year's recipient is a young man who has been active in the Watertown High School theater for all 4 years of his career. He is an extraordinarily talented actor who has brought life to numerous memorable roles. In addition to his performance skills, this young man is intelligent, dedicated, hardworking, respectful, and so very funny. He has consistently been a positive role model to his fellow cast members, and he will sorely be missed by all those who have had the pleasure to know him here at Watertown High School, but it's time for him to share his talents on a much bigger stage. It is with a heartfelt gratitude that the Curtain Club Scholarship, valued at $700, be awarded to Brian Frank. The Social Studies Department of Watertown High School has been honored to offer scholarships to students since 1996. While it's the department that offers the scholarships, we are proud to acknowledge that they are fully funded and supported by local businesses and people who live and work here in the community. Ideally, we try to support candidates who have shown outstanding achievement in our department's courses and leadership in student clubs and organizations over their high school career, or who may be planning to pursue a social studies related career field. However, we also deeply value any work within the community that highlights interpersonal skills. The candidate pool is regularly populated with some of our best all-around student leaders, making our final decisions quite difficult. This year's recipients of $500 each are Mia Aschenfelter and Caitlin Hammond.
Good evening. I'm Tom Schultz, President of the Watertown Area Community Foundation. Grace Thompson was an English teacher here in Watertown for many years. In her estate, she left a sum of money for an annual scholarship in her name to a student planning to further his or her education for a teaching degree. This year's award is the final one to be funded by her estate and is being awarded to Megan Newton. The Watertown Outboarders, a group of Rock River boating enthusiasts, sold their property on the river south of town to the Department of Natural Resources in 2014 and dissolved their organization. As a living legacy, this group placed funds with the Watertown Area Community Foundation for the purpose of establishing a scholarship for a student who will study in the broad areas of natural resource management and environmental topics. This year, Jillian Hesse and Vanessa Olson will each receive $1,000 scholarships. Claude Hill taught accounting and business law at technical schools in Eau Claire in the 1968-69 school year, and that helped prepare him for a long career of 50 years as a lawyer and corporate executive. His wife, Nell Winkler, went to secretarial school and had a successful career with several major corporations. Through their experiences, they've learned that not every student needs a 4-year degree to have a satisfying career. To that end, for the first time this year, they are funding 2 scholarships to Madison College, each valued at $1,000. Recipients are Julie Walters and Sydney Rodriguez.
Ken, Judy, and Erica Schwanitz are pleased to announce 2 $500 scholarships. The Thane Schwanitz Memorial Scholarships are awarded to 2 gifted Watertown High School student athletes. Thane was a 1997 graduate and excelled in both football and baseball. We would like to congratulate our two recipients, Cade Euler and Jacob Progan. New to our scholarship program this year is the Lady Band Scholarship. It's quite impressive when 5 guys in a local rock band get together to do a benefit concert as a way to give back to the community. Due to Thane Schwannis being both a family member and lifelong friend of the band, the group donated the money in his memory to this year's recipient, Mia Eschenfelder. Isabel Yadeke was born and raised in Watertown, attended Webster Grade School, and graduated from Watertown High School in 1906. Having been employed as head bookkeeper for over 40 years at the Merchants National Bank of Watertown, Ms. Yadeke was well aware of the importance of a good education. Accordingly, a trust was established in her name in 1982 that has since funded scholarships for business and nursing. This year's recipient of the Isabel Yadeke Business Scholarship, valued at $500, is Charles Van Norman. And the recipient of the Nursing Scholarship, valued at $500, is Jennifer Rodriguez. Emery Lyle Grady was on the faculty of Watertown High School from 1913 to 1917. Lorna Boyd Grady, one of his pupils, graduated from Watertown High School in 1918. She was a Watertown native. Christine Grady Gorder, along with her brothers and sisters, set up the Grady Scholarships in memory of their parents, Emery and Lorna. The scholarship is in the amount of $750 each. This year's recipient of the Emery Grady Scholarship is Riley Capel, and the recipient of the Lorna Boyd Grady Scholarship is Phoebe Kearns. The John and Joyce Byrne Scholarship will provide $2,000 to one student who will attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison. This scholarship has awarded thousands of dollars over the years to students who have earned admission into the state's largest university. This year's recipient is Rachel Moldenhauer.
Good evening. I'm Cassandra Shuck, Superintendent of the Watertown Unified School District. The Haze Scholarship for Automotive or Technical Trades is for a Watertown High School graduate who intends to pursue a technical career at a vocational or technical school to support the trades industry. This is a $1,500 award that is renewable and is awarded to a student who is pursuing a 2-year degree. She or he has demonstrated an interest in pursuing a career in trades of automotive, building trades, plumbing, electrical, or similar. Our intention is to support students who intend to be critical workers in our community through their pursuit of such necessary careers as those of a skilled trade. This year's recipient is Bryson Clark. Kyle Nicholas Kiel's life was tragically ended in a car accident during the summer of 2018 at the young age of 21. Kyle had a strong passion for farming, starting as a young boy, and became part owner of Kiel Grain Farms in 2016, after graduating from Watertown High School in 2015. Kyle's ambition, strong work ethic, ability to take initiative, and continue to educate himself on the progressive ways of farming was opening many doors for him. His devotion to farming, along with his ability to communicate and network with others, was truly one of a kind for such a young man. While Kyle attended Watertown High School, he took an active role in the FFA organization. Kyle went to the state FFA convention and won several awards relating to grain farm production. He also won Outstanding Student in Agriculture. The recipient this year had the opportunity to experience life growing up on a family farm and witness firsthand the dedication it takes to make it work while at the same time developing a love for farming. The Kiel family has chosen the recipient of $1,000 to be Alex Coughlin. The Kiwanis Scholarship is awarded to an active member of the Key Club at Watertown High School. Kiwanis is a global organization dedicated to changing the world one child and one community at a time. This year, the Kiwanis Club was able to sponsor one student for a scholarship in the amount of $1,000. The students selected have demonstrated a commitment to volunteering and community service at the high school as well as the Watertown community. This year's recipient of the Watertown Kiwanis Noon Club is Jillian S. Glory Global Solution is excited to once again be able to offer a $1,000 scholarship to a deserving Watertown High School graduate. Glory Global has been a prominent place of employment in Watertown since the 1890s and has a storied history in our community, operating the names of Brandt, De La Rue, Talaris, and now Glory. We currently employ over 200 individuals locally and globally over 3,000 professionals spread out in over 20 countries around the world with our parent company in Japan. Our intention with providing this scholarship is to encourage the young adults graduating from Watertown High School to continue with post-high school education and to assist them with the costs associated with this decision. This year's recipient of $1,000 is Andrew Lewis.
This year, the Watertown Lions are offering two $1,000 scholarships to a couple of very deserving students at WHS who have met the following criteria. A student who has shown interest in pursuing a 2-year or 4-year degree in one of the following areas: nursing, psychology, physical therapy, CNA certification, special education teacher, or other physical or mental disability-related field of study. The decision to award this scholarship is based on financial need, academic performance, extracurricular activity, and student application essay. This year's recipients are Hannah Bannock and Serena Blase. Watertown Regional Medical Center has a long history of providing high-quality patient care to Watertown and the surrounding communities. WRMC has served the region for over 100 years, providing patient-centered care close to home. Our mission of making communities healthier includes supporting education and healthcare careers. This year's winners of $1,000 are Cara Smith and Isaac Jensen.
The American Association of University Women, Watertown Branch 4034, is in its 95th year of existence. The mission of AAUW proudly includes advancing equity for women and girls through advocacy, education, philanthropy, and research. In principle and in practice, AAUW values and seeks a diverse membership. This year, we are pleased to award one $1,500 non-renewable scholarship to a graduating senior who is planning on earning a 4-year college degree. Our applicants compete for this $1,500 scholarship in the areas of grade point, school activities, community service, and character. This year's recipient is Evelyn Marchant. AAUW is also pleased to have added 3 $500 scholarships this year for students who are pursuing further education in technology, trades, art, or culinary arts. Some of our applicants are planning on 4-year degrees, and some are planning on 2-year programs. All of them compete in the areas of their dedication to their field, success as a high school student in their chosen field, and presentation description of some of their work. Our recipients for the $500 scholarships are Kaylee Cole, Jessica Lensmeyer, and Trevor Stanton. This scholarship is in memory of Dr. Stan Larsen, who passed away in 2001. Dr. Larsen was a highly respected and well-loved dentist who believed in giving back to his community. He served on the board of Rotary, JC's, and his church was a Scoutmaster and an Eagle Scout in the Boy Scouts organization and contributed to many projects in the city. He truly valued education, and this scholarship was set up to honor the things that he felt were important. The scholarship is awarded to someone going into the medical field, who has maintained a 3.0 grade point average or higher, is active in co-curricular activities, and has also served the community. This year's Stan Larsen Memorial Scholarship of $1,500 over 2 years goes to Denali Bruce. The Watertown Saturday Club is an organization that meets for lunch on the third Wednesday of each month at a Watertown restaurant. Most months, there is a speaker or a presenter. Each year, the club gives a $1,000 scholarship to a young man or woman who has had an individual education program for a minimum of 1 year. Besides giving a scholarship each year, the club gives to the food pantry, the veterans, the Nest at Watertown High School, helps serve and gives donations to Loaves and Fishes at Watertown Moravian Church, and plays bingo for prizes with the elderly. Each year, they also honor a woman that has made a great contribution to the community. This year's recipient of the Watertown Saturday Club Scholarship for $1,000 is Zachary Lemke. Mrs. Hulbert, Josephine Newman, was born and raised in Watertown and graduated from Watertown High School around 1937. She and her husband named Watertown High School as a beneficiary of the Edwin and Josephine Hulbert Trust upon their deaths. Edward Hulbert died January 3rd, 2006, and his wife Josephine preceded him in 2004. The amount of each of these scholarships is $2,000. We are very grateful to the couple for thinking of Watertown High School with their generous contributions to our students. This year's recipients of the Edward Hulbert Scholarships are Rebecca Anderson and Madison Sloan. The recipient of the Josephine Hulbert Scholarship is Danielle Weisenberger.
Joseph Wimmer graduated from Watertown High School in 1952. He was chosen as the Distinguished Alumni of Watertown High School in 2017. When awarded this honor at the high school's homecoming assembly that year, Joseph told the student body that if Watertown High School were to win the homecoming football game, he would leave a $2,000 scholarship to a graduating senior. Unfortunately, the Goslings lost the game, but our high school has gained a very generous scholarship nonetheless. This year's recipient is Lillian Schwartz. Rotary is the world's largest service organization with 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change. The Watertown Rotary Club provides scholarship opportunities to local high school students who support Rotary's mission of integrity, goodwill, and service to others. This year's scholarships are in the amount of $4,000 each and are awarded to Isaac Jensen and Sophia Stevens. The Ella Ruephausen Scholarship requires that the recipient meet the following qualifications. The individual must have exhibited a solid scholastic record while in high school. The individual must plan to attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison. The Ella Ruephausen Scholarship is in the amount of $1,200 per year, renewable for each of 4 years, for a total of $4,800. Our congratulations go to this year's recipients of the Ella Ruephausen Scholarship. They are Anthony Smith and Drew Batchelor.
Watertown native Beatrice M. Schumann was employed by Wisconsin Bell Telephone Company for nearly 40 years, and she was deeply active in the Watertown community. In her will, she left a sum of money to the Watertown Area Community Foundation with the purpose of funding an annual scholarship for a Watertown High School senior. Recipient of this year's Beatrice M. Scholarship award valued at $2,000, is Brianna Kantz. Susan Rule, a lifelong resident of Watertown, passed away in November of 2017. She is deeply engaged in the community in her entire life and was a member of Watertown's well-known Salick family. In her estate, she left a sum of money to establish the Salick-Callahan Scholarship, which this year is valued at $4,000. This year's recipient is Danielle Weisenreiter.
The Technical Excellence Scholarships are awarded by the state of Wisconsin to Wisconsin high school seniors who have demonstrated the highest level of proficiency in technical education subjects. The Technical Excellence Scholarships are intended for students who will attend Wisconsin Technical College System. The value of the scholarship is $2,250 per year, renewable for 3 years, or a grand total of $6,750. This year, Watertown has 3 Technical Excellence Scholarship winners. They are Trevor Stanton, Cameron DeWitt, and Dominic Strohmeyer. The Academic Excellence Scholarships are awarded to Wisconsin public high school seniors who have the highest grade point average in their school. The eligible number of scholarships each year is based on total student enrollment. In order to receive the scholarship, the student must be attending an accredited University of Wisconsin school. The value of the scholarship is $2,250 per year, renewable for 4 years, for a grand total of $9,000. This year, Watertown has 3 academic excellence winners. They are Brian Frank, Rachel Moldenhauer, and Wilhelmina Zasko. The Mildred Max Scholarship is established to honor the valedictorian of Watertown High School. Each year, $1,000 is given to the student who has the highest GPA. This year, we have 6 valedictorians who will split the $1,000 for a total of $166 each. This year's recipients of the class of 2020 are Mia Aschenfelter, Brian Frank, Evelyn Marchant, Ryan Mitchell, Anna Schrader, and Cara Smith. This year, we would like to recognize this year's top 10 students. The top 10 students for the class of 2020 in alphabetical order are Rebecca Anderson, Mia Aschenfelter, Brian Frank, Evelyn Marchant, Ryan Mitchell, Rachel Moldenhauer, Anna Schrader, Cara Smith, Christian Tietz, and Wilhelmina Zasko.
The Joseph and Sharon Darcy Foundation Scholarship. This year has been a challenging one for the Joseph and Sharon Darcy Foundation, as the patriarch of the family foundation, Joe, died back in February. Joe lived a long and remarkable life of 96 years. Education has always been important to Joe, and that commitment continues to this day with the awarding of 7 scholarships, each valued at $6,000. The young leaders receiving the Darcy Foundation scholarships this year are Alexander Coughlin, Christian Tietz, Grace Madsen, Samantha Pitterly, Mason Doherty, Madeline Hammond, and Eric Finman. Larry and Sally Reich Nursing Scholarship. The Watertown Area Community Foundation this year is presenting a $15,000 Larry and Sally Reich Nursing Scholarship to a student pursuing a degree in nursing, the profession Sally loved and practiced for so many years. In their will, they left this money for this scholarship purpose. Recipient of this award this year is Madison Holder. The Earl and Eugenia Quirk Foundation has partnered with the Watertown Area Community Foundation in a number of areas that benefit our community, one of which has been the establishment of a $10,000 scholarship awarded annually to a Watertown High School senior. This scholarship is funded through the Brandt Quirk families, which for generation owned Brandt Automatic Cashier Company and later Brandt Incorporated here in Watertown. This year's recipient of the award is Yashka Manyan. The Watertown Area Community Foundation works closely with officials of Moss Brothers Construction Company and with the Moss family. And they are again presenting a $10,000 scholarship for a student planning to attend a four-year college in the field of engineering. The Earl and Albert Moss Family Scholarship is in honor of these two men who were second generation of the company's management. During their tenure, the company developed a solid reputation through teamwork and integrity that continues to this day. This year's recipient is William Shaker. The Christy and Dorothy Coogan Memorial Scholarship. Christy and Dorothy Coogan were longtime Watertown residents and cared deeply about our community and its youth. Christy owned and operated a successful insurance agency here in Watertown for many years, and they set aside in their estate planning a sum of money for a scholarship program. This year, two scholarships, each valued at $10,000, are being awarded to Jaden Westenberg and Jacoby Bowen.
It is exciting to be able to announce the recipients of the Muriel Scholarship. In order to qualify for the Muriel Scholarship, the applicants must have met the following criteria. Individuals must have earned a grade point average of at least a 3.0. Students must have been involved in co-curricular activities while in high school, and the applicants must have demonstrated leadership and outstanding personal character. The Muriel Scholarship is awarded in the amount of $3,000 per year, renewable for 4 years, for a total of $12,000. Our congratulations go out to this year's recipients of the Muriel Scholarships. They are Anna Schrader, Evelyn Marchant, and Cara Smith. Edna H. Weigel died on November 23, 1994, at the age of 102. Prior to her retirement in 1964, Edna Weigel was an elementary school teacher in the Watertown Unified School District for more than 50 years. Mrs. Weigel placed a high priority on education and used her will to establish the Edna H. Weigel Scholarship Fund. The Edna H. Weigel Scholarship is awarded in the amount of $3,000 per year, renewable for 4 years, totaling $12,000. There are 3 recipients of the Edna H. Weigel Scholarship this year. Congratulations go to William Kopp, Bruce Dowdy, and Elena Clark. Watertown native Joseph E. Davies was valedictorian of his class at Watertown High School and received his bachelor's degree in 1898 and law degree in 1901 from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He went on to practice law in Watertown, Madison, and Washington, D.C., and served as Jefferson County District Attorney and also Attorney General for the state of Wisconsin. His many successes led him to a career as an international lawyer and diplomat, having served as a U.S. ambassador to Russia, Belgium, and Luxembourg. He served under a number of presidents of the United States and was recipient of the Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor bestowed on a U.S. citizen. Joseph Davies knew firsthand the value of a quality education and also had strong feelings for his hometown. To that end, in 1942, he formed the Joseph E. Davies Scholarship Foundation. It awards to Watertown High School seniors, and other area schools have been presented since 1954. This year's recipient of the Joseph Davies Scholarship, valued at $20,000 over 4 years for study at his alma mater, UW-Madison, is Austin Fuchs.
Dr. Frederick Lemke, a Watertown native, had a long career as a professor at Heidelberg College in Tiffin, Ohio. He returned to Watertown in retirement and left a sizable portion of his estate to the Watertown Area Community Foundation with the express purpose of funding a scholarship program for Watertown High School students in memory of his parents, the Reverend Frederick W. and Ruth Hauser Lemke. During his pursuit of a bachelor's, master's, and ultimately his doctorate degree, Professor Lemke learned firsthand the financial difficulties students can have while pursuing higher education. His legacy to the community this year is funding 6 individual scholarships, each valued at $21,000 over 4 years of college. On behalf of the Community Foundation and the legacy of Dr. Lemke, I am proud to present this scholarship to Brian Frank, Mia Aschenfelter, Wilmina Zastro, Madison Randall, Olivia Otto, and Caitlin Hanley. Betty Jane Joseph of Watertown was a graduate of the University of Wisconsin-Madison and went on to become a medical researcher at several hospitals, including St. Luke's Hospital in Chicago. It was her wish that a scholarship program be established for students at Watertown High School. Her legacy this year funds 2 scholarships, each valued at $26,000 over 4 years. Recipients of these scholarships must be pursuing a degree in the field of science. On behalf of the Foundation, I'm proud to present the 2020 scholarships to Rebecca McCarthy and Miranda Crackle. The Carl Zinser Memorial Scholarship. Carl H. Zinser was a successful farmer and farmed just west of Watertown. In his estate planning, he set aside a large sum of money to provide scholarships to Watertown High School seniors. This year, Carl H. Zinser's legacy will fund the 2 largest single publicly administered scholarships at Watertown High School. Recipients of this scholarship this year are Marissa Haynes and Daniel Denault. These 2 recipients will each receive $30,000 over 4 years to pursue their undergraduate degrees.
This concludes our ceremony. Congratulations, seniors. What a year you have had. May the perseverance that got you through this unique year carry you far into the future. We couldn't be more proud of the class of 2020. Now I have some instructions you must follow. You will be receiving a letter in the mail giving you details about what you will need to do to claim your scholarship. Put this letter in a safe place and keep it. Ms. Perkle has put in hours and hours making sure you have all of the details. Please write a thank you note to these generous people who have given so much to Watertown students. If you have not received your letter by June 1st, please contact me or Ms. Perkle and we will be sure to get it to you. I would like to extend a big thank you to everyone who has made this ceremony possible. Katie Perkle, you are a workhorse. Thank you for all of your organization and dedication to this process. Jamie Klubertons, thank you for helping us to record this ceremony. Jen Devers, thank you for the wonderful slideshow. And Scott Meyer, thank you for being our light and sound man. Mr. Tom Schultz, Mrs. Shub, Mr. Loss, and Mr. Kep, thank you very much for presenting the awards this evening. This scholarship process gets better and better every year thanks to people like you. In conclusion, seniors, please don't forget what the Watertown community has done to financially assist you. Perhaps when you have established yourself in your own career, you may consider offering a financial gift to a future deserving Watertown High School student. Once again, seniors, congratulations.
And before you turn off your station on your virtual ceremony this evening, I have a few more thank yous to extend. So I want to thank you all for attending this virtual event this evening. This, along with graduation, is one of my favorite events of the year. And this year, although we weren't able to be together in person, I am glad we were able to preserve the ceremony and tradition around this evening's recognitions. To witness the tremendous generosity of our community and to see our students highlighted for their many years of hard work, study, and giving back to the community is both heartwarming and exhilarating. There are so many individuals to thank for making this evening possible, and Mrs. Fisher just named many of them, but she did not recognize herself. I have to take a moment to do that. Students, parents, please know that Deb Fisher extends countless hours making this evening possible. Time, energy, and commitment year after year after year. So if you have the opportunity, in addition to thanks to Katie Perkle, the clerical staff at Watertown High School, the Watertown High School administrative team, and this year, new to the scene, Jamie Kubertans for helping us with recording, please take a moment and thank those individuals for making this event possible again this year. I also want to congratulate all of our amazing students who were honored here tonight. You have so much to be proud of, and you make your teachers, your administrators, your school, your community, and maybe most importantly, your parents so very proud. Speaking of parents, I want to extend a thank you to you for the opportunity to work with your students. You have invested time and love of raising these outstanding individuals, and again, I know you are so proud this evening. And finally, I want to thank all of the organizations and individuals who are represented here this evening for their support for our students year after year after year. The organizations represented this evening have provided over $500,000 in scholarships, amounting to millions of dollars over the years to our Watertown High School graduates. Many of these students would not be able to follow the path to their future without this financial assistance. So sincerely thank you for helping us to change our students' lives and for creating for them a better future with your generosity. I hope that every one of you that received recognition and financial support tonight will also remember and thank the Watertown community for their generous spirit and support. And finally, I want to offer my sincere congratulations on what you, seniors, have accomplished, and to say thanks for making all of us so proud and encouraged for the future. Tonight, we celebrate all that you have already accomplished, but we also look to the future and the great work that you will continue to do. Congratulations, seniors. Congratulations, parents.